Netherlands. Jaap Uhlenberg is the referee. Fortunately, the rain has relented, but it's been very heavy in the last. Well seen. And here's Shearer. First chance of the match. Good block. It's the pace of a Premiership game. The J-League matching the Premiership at the moment. Anderton shot. And Maikawa gets away with a bit of a fumble.
Deserved that probably for the way he stood up once Shearer broke.
Yamaguchi again, here's Kazu. And just too far ahead of Nakayama.
Not pulling wide enough on the right, so it's all congested through the centre.
Here's Beardsley and Collymore with a good chance to make a name for himself. Nice linking again. This is Morishima, and still tripped by Beardsley. For a moment it looked as though he was capable of going on. But he's not even worthy of a Japanese B movie, that. Kazu. Oof, got a nut. Got one in the wall, two behind it. Kazu. Good stop.
Yeah, quite a nice one for the cameraman, that one, when you're a goalkeeper.
Platt. Collymore. Anderton is playing just behind the centre forward, and in fact was nearest to the goalkeeper. Shearer. Neatly done. Anderton. It got a deflection, and it's Anderton's second goal for his country. Pearce was against Greece last May. Beardsley. Beardsley again. Third corner for Japan, and it produces their first goal. Scored by the man whose deflection took the ball past his own goalkeeper, has now equalised. Ihara is the scorer. Double substitution to be made. And it will be Messrs Gascoigne and McManaman. Clipped across. Good block up onto the crossbar. Oh, and amazing there. Now, whose hand touched that? I think it was the man on the line and not the goalkeeper, in which case it's a penalty. Oh, what a sad end. From Japan's point of view, Hashiratani, it was his hand that turned it away, and England have a penalty. They were lucky initially, it came actually off. It's 2-1 to England. Brave attempt by Maikawa, who moved a bit.
Well, some of the cracks that have appeared in this performance.
It's only a year away now that David Platt will be leading England in the European.
Top-class international football returns to the heart of England, and not before time. Villa Park will stage one of the European Championship quarter-finals next summer. Today, it stages a full international for the first time since the 1966 World Cup. Lansdowne Road, Dublin in February. Here's the man in charge. Shame when we see so little of Brazil on these shores that... This is Dunga. On by Edmundo. This is Juninho. Good stop by Bengt Anderton. Swedish goalkeeper's making his international debut this afternoon. Ronaldo. We had Dunga just square of him, a much simpler ball. Now he's found him. Dunga! Took a deflection that off the foot of Korma. Bengt Anderton did well to hold on. But there was a simple pass into play, and he wouldn't play it, and then in the end, the back heel.
The great thing was he knew it was there. He knew Dunga was waiting for it, didn't have to look, and when it just broke for him, the great thing...
Into the path of Jorginho. Zinho just couldn't quite connect. Roberto Carlos, though. Jorginho. Oh, nice ball from Edmundo to Juninho. Here's Ronaldo! Those three really are getting their act together today.
Great ball in from Jorginho. Look at the first touch here.
This is Zinho. Onside, Roberto Carlos. Edmundo! And Brazil take a deserved lead. A sweeping move, tidily finished off by Edmundo. And alongside us, the Brazilian commentators are still shouting, goal! Ronaldo racing away from Turn, who is labouring. Oh, it's cut behind Juninho. Zinho! Confidence is bubbling now.
Well, they're delight, aren't they, to watch? I mean, you know, Ronaldo, they're just...
Zinho just losing out. 10. Darlene chasing game. He's got him behind Aldair. Snatched at the chance. In towards Darlene. And Zetti come. And it's given them a deserved lead at half-time. Meagre reward, really, for their dominance of possession. Certainly plenty to whet the appetite for more of the same from Brazil. Jorginho eventually winning it back for Dunga. It wouldn't quite reach Ronaldo. Zinho again. Here he goes, Roberto Carlos. Juninho! They got there first, but I think if anything, he just tried to be a bit too cute with the finish.
Bit unlucky, just bounced, I think, in front of him. A wonderful cross again by Roberto Carlos. Look at the run in between the two Swedish defenders, just stops it, sets it up, whips in a ball, impossible for the keeper to get. A side game in there of keep ball there. See if you can get a touch, Sweden.
Juninho, beautiful. Who would hit Björklund, and Cormark was able to smuggle it away. But again, a breathtaking little run from Juninho. Here's Ronaldo. Didn't quite reach Edmundo. One back by Jorginho. Ronaldo.
Well, he might put his hands on his head, but that's twice. Jorginho is still stationary there out wide, and he's just put his hands up to him and said to the youngster, we'll have a shot, but it's probably not his best side, and I would have put initially money on him, but as you say, you can imagine them all on the training ground trying to outdo each other.
Got them 5 around the ball here. Roberto Carlos. Bang! Right down the throat of David Anderton.
I suppose if you don't score in situations like that, you have to wait about 6 more goes before it's your turn. That one...
Rick Larson will take it. Been undone a little bit here. And the shot from Goodmanson from a difficult angle. Just caught Brazil napping.
See Jorginho having a chat there.
César Sampaio. Darlene caught the first yellow card. And a little bit of nonsense involving Aldair. Well, you hardly wonder how they can work up quite such a lather in a match which has been played at very much at Brazil's pace. Dick Joel must mete out the due punishment. Yellow for Darlene. And yellow for Aldair.
I hope they don't get a 50-50, Darlene and Aldair, a couple of minutes after the restart.
Finish with a flourish. In goes Ronaldo. Turned out of harm's way by Cormark. Juninho. In towards Ronaldo! Oh, hit the post! I think goalkeeper Anderson may just feel as though he had that post covered. Ronaldo, though. Dunga reaching around Larson, and that's the last action of what has been a far more comprehensive Brazilian victory than the final score suggests. Edmundo's first half goal, a very good goal. Scant reward for their domination of possession.